I was introduced to the Sisters of Divine Providence when I was taught by them at St. Bernard's School in Dayton. And I went all through the grade school with them. And in 1947, my sister Mary Ann entered the convent. And my mother said to me, "Well, Ruth, what will you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'll probably get married and have a bunch of kids." And during Lent of that year, I wrote a letter to Mary Ann and told her that I wanted to come to the convent. I don't think I ever did tell my mother. I think Mary Ann must have told her. But there were a few people who tried to talk me out of it because I was such a tomboy. And, but on the following year, August the 15th, 1948, I entered St. Anne Convent as a candidate, as a freshman in high school. The first Christmas, I was so homesick that I went to Mary Ann and told her that I thought I needed to go home. She said, "Well, Rudy," she said, "if it's not the life for you, you don't want to make yourself miserable." And I said, "Well, what do you think Mom will say?" And she said, "Well, to be truthful with you, she doesn't expect you to stay." And so I went to bed that night, and I think I cried almost the whole night long. And I got up the next morning, and I told Mary Ann, "I am not going home." After 70 years of profession, here I am. I loved teaching. I've tried to live a life of poverty, particularly. The other virtues, simplicity and charity and abandonment. And I felt like abandonment was a life that, when I was so long in so many places, but I always felt like it's where God wanted me. I don't know whether or not you know that I had been pronounced dead in the hospital. I had gone into the hospital weighing 270 pounds fluid. In the hospital, they took 50 pounds of fluid off of me, and I came home, and 3 or 4 days later, I was back in the hospital. My sister Juanita took me in, and when she got in there, they said, "Call the family. You're not going to get out of the hospital." It was Thursday, March 13th, an hour, 48 seconds. They said, "She's gone." I went through a tunnel. I saw my mom and dad. I saw my grandparents on both sides of the family. And as I went down this tunnel, at the end of the tunnel was my very best friend, Sister Mary Frances, one of our sisters. And I said, "Where is God? I do not find God. I cannot be dead." And I remember shouting, "Don't bury me. I am not dead." And 4 days later, I was back home. And he said, "But it was not the medication. It was the prayer of the sisters. They kept you alive. Now you've got me around for a while to bug you all." So